Welcome to Do No Harm, where my medical expertise, generously provided by this ancient text that probably predates germ theory, will hopefully be enough to keep this island inhabitants alive. Maybe? But this isn't your typical medical practice. Soon, the lines between reality and hallucination begin to blur. These glimpses of the bizarre and horrific are a core part of the game's atmosphere and a sign that things are definitely not right. Our supporting cast includes a priest who looks like he's one bad sermon away from an exorcism, and a witch whose remedies might be more potent and potentially more toxic than anything in my dusty book. They're either our saviours or just another layer of this island's delightful weirdness. Do no harm. Seems simple enough, doesn't it? So the goal, to see all the endings this game has to offer. Will I succeed? Will I accidentally depopulate the island? Will I end up gibbering in a corner? Well, place your bets now, because even I'm not sure we're going to get through this with our sanity intact. We have an owl! Shocking start to this game, having an owl. Welcome to your new home, Doctor. The name's Cormac. I'm the town's sheriff. We got this place dusted off the best we can to accommodate your practice. And what's left from the previous doctor is on your desk. Some books and bottles, really, but hey. Could come in handy, who knows? Hopefully me? Sure as hell not me. Well, not you, but hopefully me. While we are on the subject, I've got a mean headache. Can you give me something for that? Alright everybody, before we dive deeper into more of the lore within this game, we need to break down the fundamentals of the game mechanics, which is actually healing people. Luckily for us, the doctor that came before has left a comprehensive guide on how all this medicine works. Apparently, even though I am a doctor, I need this book to help me figure it all out. Health here is all a balance of blood, phlegm, yellow bile and black bile, helpfully categorised as vital and digestive humours represented by what looks suspiciously like playing card symbols. Treatment, well, it's either precision, where we randomly pick a dose from 1 to 9 for each humour, or alternative medicine, where we vaguely guess low or high for the vital and digestive systems and still pick a random number. Now, how do we know when to tinker with vital humours, blood and phlegm? Easy. The book provides a handy list of symptoms. For each blood imbalances, we're looking for things like fatigue, headache, blurred vision, dizziness, and apparently hallucinations. So your patient is seeing things, don't worry, it's just the blood being a bit off. For phlegm, we've got more traditional cough, sneezes. The solution to this, careful administration of vital medicine, which, as we established, involves the careful art of picking a number and hoping for the best. Seems legit. Finally, let's explore the realm of digestive medicine, where the culprits are yellow bile and black bile. Have vomiting, diarrhea, anger? You need a bit of yellow bile. Hungry and thirsty all the time? Cold sweats? You'll need some black bile. So, in essence, diagnosing and treating ailments on this island is less about actual medicine and more about interpreting vaguely connected symptoms through the lens of an ancient, probably incorrect theories. What could possibly go wrong? So there you have it, the surprisingly unscientific foundations of the medicine in Do Not Harm. In my first playthrough of this game, I treated this book like gospel. I kept going backwards and forwards through the book to try and make sure I did every single thing right. And as you can see as I play through this game more and more, what's in the book is irrelevant to me. Or perhaps I just become a competent doctor. Unclear. I will try and jump back in when there's new things to explain, but for now let's get back into it. So these are our medicines that we're going to have to administrate. So we have the blood, the phlegm, the yellow bile and the black bile. We have symptoms of a headache, which is a blood symptom, so it stands to reason that he's going to need some of this. A just a full syringe. Hopefully that's the right dose, just a full syringe. I didn't get control over that at all. Straight into your neck there, buddy. Ah, that's much better. And here's my med card for you to sign. To put a name in. There we go. Dr. Jazzical. Thanks. What was I saying? Alright, your working hours are between 8 AM and 8 PM and the promotion period will be 30 days. All I'll say is just be a good doctor and we'll get along fine and dandy. If I get any complaints from your patients or if you fail to float your boat financially... Hang on, what are you saying there? Or if you fail to float your boat financially or go bankrupt, which is apparently an option we have, or he'll do something about it. Unclear, we didn't get to read that. So from here the game starts in earnest with patients knocking on the door, coming in, describing some of their symptoms, and it's our job to refer to the book to understand what medicine to administrate to them. Obviously, to see all the endings that this game has to offer, I spent hours treating lots and lots of different patients with lots of different illnesses. I'm going to try and reduce it down and only keep in the interesting ones for you, but we're going to play the first day straight. It's just a full syringe again, sir. Apparently the dosage system isn't coming into place just yet, so here, have a full syringe of that. Doctor, you are just brilliant. Now can I have your patient card? Oh. Oh. What was that all about? There you go. And some money. Thank you for your time, Doctor. Good day. Good day to you too, sir. Oh, and we got our first achievement. Next patient, please. Well, hello, fella. Hello, Doctor. Everything's spinning all the time. I've fallen a few times already. Please help before I hurt myself. Well, that just seems to be dizziness again. Yep, just seems to be the same thing. Full syringe for you. Doctor, you're just brilliant. Oh well, I did always suspect. Okay. Is that going to happen every time I treat a patient? Goodbye, fella. We have a lady this time. Hello, Doctor. I hope I'm not intruding. I'm snapping at people left and right. Even a bird chirping is enough to get me going. Well, we looked at anger here, so that's a yellow bile symptom. And don't even worry about the dose, just a full serving for you, lady. You literally saved my life. You are very welcome. Oh, we need to sign her card. I'm looking at her thinking, are you going to say anything else? Well, she's not green anymore, so that's worked out really well. I appreciate your help, Doctor. Farewell. Not disconcerting at all. Cool. Thank you for seeing me. You're very welcome. My stomach's growling so loud. It scares the dog no matter how much I eat. So hunger is a black bile symptom. So I assume we're just going to give her a full syringe and call it a day. You really know your job. Thank you so much. I am reading a book. Oh, we need to sign her card. There you go, Clarissa. Thanks for your assistance. You are so welcome. Let's see if we can get another patient in before 8 o'clock. Hello, doctor. I'm always hungry. I can't stop thinking about food. I just want to eat and eat and eat, and I don't know why. Well, we already know it's going to be a bit of this. You're actually better than I expected. And his skin's turned back. He was grey when he came in. Oh, and we need to sign your card. Thank you for your time. Good luck. And the time has stopped, actually, because we got to 8 p.m. Right, who could this be now? Some sort of priest. May the Great One bless and welcome you. Splendid to see the lights of this dusty place flicker once again. It's been a long time since we had a doctor. Feels almost like a lifetime. I will leave you to your work. But be sure that I will send my congregation your way. May the Great One guide you through the dark. Well, thanks for stopping by. Settled into my new office today and started treating the folk. They seem to be warm and welcoming enough. The prominent figures of the village, on the other hand, such as the higher-than-thou priest. I'm glad that my in-game character is taking notes of these visitors that we've had. Such as the higher-than-thou priest, the grumpy, aloof sheriff frankly reminds me of almost every other small town. At the end of each harrowing day in Do Not Harm, we receive a summary from our in-game doctor. Think of it as their slightly unhinged diary entry. This summary gives us a flavour of the day's unique challenges and also will be a helpful tool for us later down the line to see which ending we are rapidly making our way towards. Following this delightful log, we are faced with the cold, hard reality of restocking our questionable medicines. Turns out, phlegm and blood are not free. More importantly, the end of the day reveals our sanity and reputation levels. Sanity tracks how well our doctor is coping with the island's Lovecraftian charm. If it gets too low, let's just say the ending might involve more screaming and less doctoring. Reputation, on the other hand, shows how much the locals trust us. A high reputation means more patience and hopefully fewer pitchforks. We do need a name for our little owl friend. I'll have a think on that. Let's see who's at the door. Oh my goodness. What is that on your face? Hey man, you must be the new doctor. Nice to see a new face behind that desk. I hope you stick around longer than the last one. Wonder what he's doing now. On that note, the last doctor left me some equipment that he needed small tweaks and fixes on. Here is what he called... Oh, we will never know. So we've got some more pages to read through. Let's just see what on earth she was saying. Here is what he called the health-o-meter and the multi-dose syringe. So Mariana gives us a helpful guide to understanding just how close our patients are to death's door. The scale ranges from a cheerful +3, or fully healed, to a very disconcerting -3, or dead. Our goal each and every time we administrate one of our finely calibrated medicines is to nudge the needle all the way up to +3. Now here's the kicker, the effects of our treatments don't stack. Nope, so unlike a sensible medical system where multiple doses might actually, help, here it's all about a single perfect application. This meter, therefore, is our vital, pun intended, guide. It tells us just how close our correct concoction has brought someone either to the sweet embrace of +3, or rather the less sweet embrace of -3. Sometimes patients will arrive to clinic with a physical symptom. They can appear on their face or sometimes someplace on their body. And looking at the book, we can see what dosage those physical symptoms need to be given. She's dizzy, which is on here. Then we know that we're going to be giving her 1 to 3 doses because this is her physical symptom. So let's stray in the middle and go for 2. Oh, well, the game wants us to go for 2. Fully healed. Would you look at that? I'm feeling better already. As you can see, the healometer shows fully healed now. Enjoy the gadgets, Doc. I'll bring the rest of his stuff when they're fixed. See ya. Goodbye. We played the rest of the day as normal, healing a bunch of folks on the way. Obviously, I've become quite the sufficient doctor. Okay. She doesn't look sick to me. Doctor, thank the great that you are here. I need help. I have this itch. It's deep inside me and I can't reach it no matter how hard I try. It whispers things, secrets, but they are not mine. Nobody hears them, but you're different. Aren't you? Maybe. You'll really listen. I feel like I can open up to you. May I? No, I don't know. Well, that picture is not who you are. Okay. So itching is black bile. Well, that's the source of your itch. Oh my god. What a way to end the day. Thomas, the trusted captain of our small village, reported that there are dark clouds approaching. And the lightning strikes just to prove the point. Albert is probably what we're going to call the owl. Hello dear, welcome to our little village. Are folks treating you well? Just let old Agnes know if anyone gives you trouble. Especially that filthy, filthy priest! She also hates the priest. The weak, treacherous fool. But anyway, you look a bit pale. It did say that in the newspaper. Didn't you get any... Well... She's turned into some sort of bug-like creature. You saw it, didn't you? It's written all over your poor face. Don't worry, Agnes will take care of you. She's given us some stuff. Don't worry, Agnes will take care of you. I wouldn't do this for just anyone, but you seem different than the others. Here, I use these to keep the filth away. Quick, drink the Langdandum? The dandum? It will fix you right up. Ugh, reading this book might be hard. Let's just take a word for it. And keep an eye on the totem. It will warn you when things are about to get unsafe. You look better already. Such a handsome boy you are. If only I was younger. Oh well. One can always dream, right? Okay. See you soon. Yeah, goodbye! Here we are introduced to the manipulator, seemingly the cause of our weird hallucinations. Creature of pure darkness. According to this lovely page, it creeps into the mind, weaving a web of madness and hallucinations. Which, let's be honest, is already a pretty accurate description of a Tuesday night on this island. Now thankfully our ancient text offers a solution, Langdandum. Apparently a draught of Langdandum brewed with care can expel the manipulator from the mind. This potent elixir clears the fog of delusion, restoring clarity and the power to act. So in a world where reality is already questionable, our go-to cure for mind-bending darkness is more mind-altering substances. Makes perfect sense, right? It's like fighting fire with a slightly different kind of fire. Finally, we have the totem. This ancient totem, with its two-faced visage, acts as an early warning system. If the manipulator is approaching, the totem turns and its eyes flashes crimson, a grim omen of the creature's presence. We need to keep an eye on this thing to keep our sanity intact. Bye, Agnes. So straight away, just straight away. Doctor, thank you for seeing me. I have a terrible headache that won't go away. Well, having a look at his card, that's definitely not what Jimmy looks like. So I'm infected with something. Looking much better, Jimmy. Finally, someone who knows how to get things done. I don't know how to get things done though. I am literally guessing these dosages. Sign your card and be on your way, sir. Hello, Doctor, how are you? Albert's just spinning his head around. Lately I've been feeling hungry all the time. And getting... He's floating too. And it's getting to be too much. I'm gaining more and more weight. You don't look like you're gaining weight. Well, down the hatch it goes. Alright, so the next mechanic we're going to learn about, and one that I consistently find myself neglecting, is the allergies and restrictions section, honestly marked with a skull, no less. In theory, this page is vital, telling us to avoid specific dosages of humours if a patient has a particular allergy, be it to carrots or bananas or even, bizarrely, just being over 36. However, this is supposedly to prevent nasty reactions and lead to full recovery. In practice, well, I'll be perfectly honest, this page is my Achilles heel. I'm usually far too focused on deciphering whether their black bile is high or low to consider whether they've got a potential aversion to, say, tomatoes. So if a patient ever suddenly goes from feeling better to deceased despite my otherwise brilliant doctoring skills, it's highly likely I accidentally pumped them full of something they're vitally allergic to. My apologies in advance to future patients. Oh, missed 3 normies in a day. Missed? Careless? Whoops. May have missed something there, but my reputation is going up and apparently I've stopped dreaming. Good day, Doctor. I hope you are well. Just feeling unwell, really. Don't know how to describe it. You can give the alternative medicines to find out patient's illness category. So, if they don't have any symptoms that they know of. So, high, vital, digestive, low. So these is to figure out whether we need a high or a low dose, and this is to determine whether it's these two or these two. We just sling it at him. Just sling it at him. Vital medicine helped. The medicine the patient needs is either blood or phlegm. Now check the dose interval. Oh, he's so cross. Doc, are we running at a snail's pace? Well, we might be. We're just learning how to do this. Let me just sling another potion at you. Feeling better. Patient got better. This means the dose interval that you need to inject is between 1 and 5. You must now administer either blood or phlegm to the patient with a dosage of between 1 and 5. Let's go with this one. Fully healed. I feel good as new. I'll have a birthday by the time we're done. Oh, well, I'm sorry, I'm just learning how to do this. It's not in my book, sir. Oh, he had allergies as well. We didn't even look at the card. We must make sure that we are looking at this card. Take care. I have 2 customers today. Oh my. Not 2 customers. Well, yes, 2 customers. 2 customers. Double the pay. Don't be... Oh, we have missed everything that you're saying. Here we are meeting Benedict and his brother Buck. Benedict is quite the character, insisting Buck needs healing because, as he so eloquently puts it, Buck is so stupid he can't walk straight. Buck, meanwhile, mostly just gives us a very wide-eyed stare. So our job here is to figure out what's really going on with Buck and maybe, just maybe, see if Benedict's assessment is entirely accurate. It's a family dynamic I'm certainly looking forward to treating. Fully healed. Sign you off. Full bill of health, Benedict and Buck. And another nighttime visitor. Well, you're looking absolutely wonderful, and you've drawn us a picture. A cage. Well, goodbye. Okay. The town has a rather colourful characters, Benedict and Buck certainly being 2 of them. Their particular condition intrigues the scientist in me, and I wonder if it's hereditary in nature. A little girl came by as well, possibly mute. If I ever see her parents, I should ask them whether they'd like me to examine her. Oh, our science friend is back. Hey doctor, brought you the other gadget I mentioned last time. Oh, it's a formula circle to figure out these dosages. Alright, buckle up, the humour wheel. When patients are completely unhelpful and offer 0 clues, this is our last resort. The careful trial and error wheel. You rotate this colourful contraption aligning blood, phlegm, yellow bile and black bile with a doses from 1 to 9. It's like a game of hot or cold, but with slightly higher stakes. Hit the exact ideal dose for a full recovery, or well, let's just say cold means they're dead cold. It's medical guesswork with literal life or death consequences, so no pressure. Bit helpful than just the simple guesswork, but sometimes it's more confusing than helpful. Sorry, I've already forgotten how much she said to use. +3. Hope no one else needs this today, because you've used too much. Fully healed. Wait for it. Yep, I'm good as new, and you'll get more and more used to it as you treat people. In the meantime, I'm working on another little gadget, though that's going to cost you. A girl's got to make a living, right? What on earth is that? Oh my god. Excuse me, fella, I'm just going to have a little drink. Thank goodness he's gone away. Right, let's get back to what you were saying. She's sweating a lot as well. Feeling worse. So something's happened. And something is happening again. Don't mind me. I'm just going to have another quick drink. Drank 2 when there is no anomaly. No anomaly? Things were floating. How is that not an anomaly? I might have got an achievement, but an anomaly. I believe that was an anomaly. Things don't float, in my experience anyway. Unclear why that achievement popped up where it did, but I let it go immediately. I still can't believe that we got that achievement for drinking when there was no anomaly. Things were literally floating. And at the end of day 5, we have reached max reputation. We are a 10 out of 10 doctor over here. Alright folks, time to meet one of my personal favourites, Seamus. He came to our esteemed practice because, well, he thinks he's losing his mind. His chief complaint? Apparently he was down at the beach when he swears he saw a fish with 2 legs just strolling about. Naturally, he wants me to cure him of his perceived madness. The problem is, I vividly recall a certain incident where I swore objects from my own desk was floating. I promptly treated myself with the medicine to cure the anomaly, but the game, however, decided that that wasn't an anomaly. So, Seamus, my friend, you might be my favourite, but given my own recent struggles with distinguishing reality from, well, whatever that was, I'm not entirely sure I'm the most qualified person to help you with your 2-legged fish problem. This might be a tough diagnosis. As if not being able to treat my favourite customer wasn't bad enough, here I accidentally select not to have any lamp oil for the day. So we did make a very crucial mistake there by not buying any oil lamps, so we'll see how today plays out. It might be the first day that we end up killing somebody. Today's going to be one of those days. Keep your eye open, boy. Well, it definitely is going to be one of those days. We can't see a singular thing. Oh, perfect. And we can't see their faces. So if they have any physical symptoms, we won't be able to see it today. Doctor, your praise name echoes throughout the alleys of our tiny village. Rest assured that the Great One sees your labour, working from dawn to dusk to heal the needful. We are not so different, you and I. We sacrifice ourselves for the people. I know I did. Perhaps someday you shall have the honour of being as selfless as I am. We can't see him, but this is definitely the stuck-up priest. In fact, I'm quite sure you will. That seems vaguely threatening. In the meantime, I'd like to provide a helping hand. Not that you seem to need it, but still. Here is a list of villagers with certain ailments. These people are very reserved. Perhaps they won't have the heart to confide in you. Yet they tell me everything during confession, and I took the liberty of writing down their symptoms, helping them. That is all I ask. May the Great One keep you. This is the start of the priest's ending, by the way, everybody. If we treat these patients the way that he suggests, then we'll be in his good books, and in the graces of the Great One. Buck and Benedict are back. Doctor, such a grand pleasure to meet you again. My siblings are asleep, as I've wanted some privacy with you. I was contemplating, would you have something that I can ease Benny's bad temper? I'm terribly afraid for him, what with the stress and the anger in him all the time. These brothers definitely have some very contrasting opinions of each other. Fully healed. Where are we, brother dear? Oh, Doctor, what a pleasant surprise to see you. Again, it's very surprising that anyone can see me because I can't see them. Such a lovely day, isn't it? What do you say we take a stroll around the village, Benny? Seems happy with that. Looks more pleasant. Completed a day without a lamp. Well, at least we got an achievement for it. Local watchmaker found dead. Today marks the 40th year that nobody dreamt on this island. Oh, nobody's dreaming, not just me. Sightings of strange creatures reported. Yeah, that lady has scales and a tail. Oh god, he looks real cross. Hi there, sweetums. Such a delicacy to have you on our island. I got a mean ache in my stomach, which is weird because I'm on a strict only meat diet. Is he eating humans? Is that what we're doing? Yes. Yes, that is what he is doing. Please notice the watch in his pocket and the news with the dead watchmaker. We'll come back to this character later. Okay, as if a murderous cannibal wasn't enough, we then meet this hooded figure. He immediately labels me a charlatan and then, with zero irony, hands over a jar of mysterious purple liquid. His medical advice: give it to women we can't treat. Yeah, totally not sketchy, just another completely trustworthy individual on this utterly normal island. Oh my goodness. It's given us the option to buy a magnifying glass, so we will. Buy a magnifying glass. Another achievement. Time to bust out our cutting-edge diagnostic tech. We're getting the magnifier and later the stethoscope. To use them, patients charmingly strip down to their bare essentials. The magnifier gives us a close-up on the eyes and mouth, while the stethoscope hopefully will help us listen in to other symptoms. Mrs. Kenway is the town's librarian. Yes, apparently there is a library. She's going to help us take away the scribbles from the old doctor's book so we can read what they say, and they're quite alarming. He too was experiencing hallucinations and none of the medicine was helping him out. Oh my god, he died! Oh no! License to kill, do harm a patient. I had no idea what was wrong with him. I thought we would. It's the police at the door. Oh my, you're a lifesaver. They were after me. Those weird, horrible things. Is there not a dead body at her feet? I could see well in the dark, but they weren't human. Wish I had a way to thank you, kind sir. Hopefully they're gone now, and I'll run home. Farewell. I've got no idea what you're on about, lady, but you are so welcome, as always. Oh my god, I can't believe we killed somebody. Hello, doctor, how are you? I'm not doing well. I've managed to kill somebody. Oh my god! And there's a big eyeball in the window. There's a big eyeball in the window. Excuse me, there's a big eyeball in the window. Oh, it's our friends Buck and Benny. They're arguing about why they had a perfect experience. Was it because Buck was now smart, or was it because Benedict was now less mean? They've come back hoping that I'll fix them again, but I don't know what I'm curing. Oh, goodness. There you go. Fully done. A rather slow day. I wonder if I did the right thing with the conjoined twins. Lord knows I can't imagine either of them as a mayor of this town, or any town for that matter. But who knows, maybe this is just the thing they needed in order to mend their utterly unavoidable, literal, long-time relationship. Oof. This time, I'm certain, Doc, I saw the fish people again. They're out about in the bright daylight. He's sneezing a lot. Go out, find some more legged fish. Fish-legged creatures. As if this island couldn't get more charming, we meet the local gravedigger. He's not here for a checkup though. Oh no. He's here to offer me a unique business opportunity. He hands me a list of people he wants subtly taken care of, all so he can earn some extra cash digging their graves. His sell pitch: don't worry Doc, they won't be missed. Just a completely normal business proposition. Church takes care of the poor. Benedict all booked for the mayor. Local tailor found disembodied. Oh god, is it gonna be that guy again? He's back! The priest. This time he's brought us a brand new list of patients, and suspiciously, he seems to know the exact medical treatments for his patients. Oh no, his congregation. This leaves us with a proper dilemma. Do we blindly follow his unnervingly accurate instructions, or stick with our own often dubious methods. He conveniently starts ranting about the old hag, clearly referring to the witch, cementing clearly the two opposing endings for this game. Also, the first patient of the day is on the grave digger's list, so you know what we're going to do.
Oh god!
Fella died. Nigel, where are you? Hello? Do we drink our last bottle? It seems odd that we can't see him. Oh my goodness. We cured you last time. She's got some scratches on her. You can't even look at. The scratches are a dead giveaway that this person that we see in front of us is going through some sort of infective change. Can you guess what she's turning into, ladies and gentlemen? How are you, dear? Been drinking your Langdandum? Good, good. I dreamt of you yesterday. Oh no. Not like that. Bloody hell. Things visited you in my dream, and you looked deep into their eyes and listened well to what's in their hearts, but you strayed from your oath, and you couldn't cure them. Just as he wants it, needs it. He hates who he was, so you must succeed at what he failed. You need to heal them, love. Angus believes in you. Just do what you do best, and we'll finally save this village from his vicious circle. I trust you. Ooh. So that is clearly the witch, but looking far, far younger, and she wants us to do the exact opposite of what the priest has asked us to do. Perhaps the best plan of action is just to stay out of it altogether. I don't know if you remember me, but I owe you my life. When you took me in, now I have a terrible ache in my chest. This lady is definitely having us on. She is not sick, nothing heals her. There's also something very familiar about her. I admit, I made up the aching. I had to see you. Oh, creepy child again. Fish people, fish with legs. Beautiful, thank you so much. The old lady came by again today. She mumbled things about how I should heal things. I wonder if she's sickened by the same dark, hateful visions of insanity as me. If that is indeed the case, she could be the only ally I have, or the gateway towards losing the precise little sanity I'm trying so hard to keep. The mute little girl visited me again as well. She had a wild imagination, that one. But I do too, especially since I saw that beautiful young woman knock on my door. She came by again today pretending to be sick just to see me, it turns out. She's so innocent that she couldn't keep a straight face through her innocent lie, and I've been imagining her by my side ever since. I wish I could dream, just so I could dream about her in my sleep. Yet I can't. Water rising again. Local captain ill. Woman attacked by creatures, witness say. Library, I found some pages. They were neatly folded away in a dusty old scripture. They seem to be from a medical book, so I thought I'd bring them over. Those have scratched out parts as well. Would you like me to clean them? It will cost though. Oh, nice. Yes. There you go. I hope that helps. You help people. Toodaloo. Did you guess it? Did you guess fish people? This is where things really start veering into Lovecraftian territory. We're now dealing with patients complaining of things like hearing whispers, attracted to raw seafood, and even hearing fish talk. Yes, apparently marine communication is now a symptom of the phlegm imbalance. All these delightful new maladies are linked to the specific horrors that are upcoming in the game. But here's the kicker: the positive effect of our treatments will be significantly weaker unless we use at least 2 or 3 medicines. So not only are these patients getting bizarre, but our healing methods are going to be more expensive and complicated. Just another day in the wonderful normal world of do no harm. So we need 2. So he's feeling better. Open the human circle page. Your treatment gave +2 effect. And the effect is divided by 2 because you didn't mix the medicines. Rotate the treatment to +2 on the humour wheel. Mix the blood with the phlegm to activate it better. Fully healed. Hopefully that means he doesn't turn into a fish person. Oh, the sea captain. He's my only way out of this place, so we need to help him. I feel more seasick. I don't feel right around the sea. I'm afraid to look into the waters. Afraid of seeing my reflection in them. Feels as if they are watching from the other side. Please, you need to help me. We've only got one chance of getting this right. I do my utmost to try and help our wonderful sea captain here to feel better, but no matter what I do, nothing seems to be fixing whatever is troubling him. Doesn't seem like any treatment that we could have given him would do anything. Mrs. Kenway came by today with pages that seem to be from a medical book I use. They seem to describe peculiar ailments with aquatic symptoms, and even though I don't believe such things could exist, they apparently support the odd, hard, and to explain symptoms I have encountered. And what she uncovered under the scratched out parts was even more disturbing. It seems my predecessor became obsessed with these ailments to the point of irrational and erratic admiration towards the poor souls who possess them. Thomas also came by, and his condition seems to be deteriorating. I'm worried for him and myself. Oh, our favourite customers. Well, dear brother, I told you now that you're too dumb to win. It's not like you won neither. Benny, in fact, everyone hates you. Meh, they can't handle hearing the truth about how lousy they are. Well, I'm happy irregardless of winning or losing. Yeah, I guess we dodged a bullet there. Buck all thanks to our doctor here. Oh yes, thank you for nothing. Doc, turns out exactly what we's needed. Okay. Let's head home. I need my beauty sleep. We should have been looking at his body. He's got this on him. Just evidence here of me immediately forgetting that people were turning into fish. Just so you know. I guess everything worked out fine for the conjoined twins. Sometimes the best treatment is to let the situation run its due course. And now they're both happy to be themselves and with each other, at least for a while. Look, we can get a stethoscope. That's going to help us with the new treatments. Oh, that leaves us with 2. Oh no! We need to make some money today. Buy a stethoscope. I crafted something new for you, a stethoscope. With it, you can check the pulse. lungs, or stomach. I'm sure you know how to use it better than anyone. I appreciate your fairness and generosity. And remember, Doctor, don't let the darkness consume you. So now we've unlocked the stethoscope, which lets us examine the heart, lungs and stomach. Great news, right? Well, not entirely. Now these organs can have visual and auditory anomalies. The stomach actually talking to you, or the heart actually making creaking, ticking sounds. And because this island just keeps getting weirder, we're seeing people turn into fish. Something that we'll use the microscope to have a look at, like cloudy eyes, is definitely belonging to someone who's too. We are now complete with all our doctor tools, but we still are not having any success in staving off our madness. Vicious. And now it's gone dark. And I'm hearing voices. Oh my god. Oh, he's gone full fish. He's gone all in on the fish. Doctor, I did it. I snuck on them, but I couldn't make out what they were saying, and before long they hurried away. So I made this costume. How's it? I'll blend in with them. Only problem is I smell like dead fish. Well, naturally. I feel like I'm going to puke any second. Can you give me something for that? Oh, thank goodness we managed to heal him. Seamus, I wish you well on your fish adventures. I'll blend in with them and report back to you. Okay, Seamus, I'll see you later. That patient on the priest list, the pages Mrs. Kenway brought are real. There is no doubt about it at this stage. I don't know how to deal with this, and the Langdandum will not help unsee these cursed elements, for they are not nightmarish visions, but the tangible truth. Little girl found dead, eaten. She looks very similar to the little girl that we've seen. Local woman gives birth to a fish-like baby. Doctor, do you have any idea what you've done? The poor woman was a mother of two, and you sent her away with unreliable treatments. Sent her to death, even though she's momentarily seemed to be cured. Why do you persist on using that book, on subjecting people to the mad ravings of a man long gone? I beg you, allow the Great One to guide you towards my flock's salvation. The ethereal burden of existence calls on us, my kin. Please take this list and follow the instructions to the letter. If you do so, I will make sure that you are bothered no longer by creatures of strange and dark nature. So the priest is back again with another list. This time with very specific, predetermined mixed medicine instructions. But honestly, my gut is saying defy him. Instead of choosing to treat them the way he wants to, I'm going to treat them just enough to manage their conditions without a single one of his orders followed. Call me crazy, I don't think they want to be fish people, but nor do I think that he has their best interests at heart. He clearly has a mastermind scheme going on behind the scenes that I don't want to be a part of. And while we're on the topic of not following people's malicious schemes, let's get rid of this guy. The day was long. I wonder if that creepy guy ever got around to fixing his diet. I couldn't keep wasting medicine on him. And the priest, I cannot quite put my finger on his intentions, as he can sound erratic at times, though perhaps such is the inclination of religious figures. I cannot deny the fact that, so far, his aid has helped the people. He handed me yet another list, but he doesn't seem to take kindly to the medicine book's instructions. His list consists almost completely of treatments now, and I don't have the heart to ask him why, or how. His hand, I feel deep within my soul somehow, is guided by the Great One, and that he knows the best for the people of the island. I cannot rely solely on my feelings. I have to figure out how to proceed. You did it, darling. You healed that vile thing he sent you. His master's dreadful realm itches closer. And though the tide is staggering, I'm afraid healing the thing wasn't enough. The sleeper is stronger than I dreamt of. I know this is impossible to ask of you, yet you must kill them, love. You are the only one who can stop his arrival and save the people of this island. Kill them and keep us safe from his dark limbs forever. I don't think I've talked about this wannabe doctor. He keeps coming to try and learn new medicine techniques. I've been helping him so far, but again, I think it's time to stop playing into everyone's hands. You're such a disappointment. Decided not to do anything with him. You know that's right. Are you doing this intentionally, huh? I am. The lady came again, and she wants me to kill those with strange ailments. What would become of me if I do? Yet what if she knows something I don't? What could become of the people of this island if I refuse? What if it's an infection, something that can eradicate the island? And what if they're innocent people with seemingly gruesome yet essentially natural ailments? I'm having a hard time collecting my thoughts. The constant dread that resides in my chest keeps me from thinking clearly. I feel like I'm being pulled apart from each one of my limbs by the dark, abyssal limbs of a cosmic terror. I need rest. Oh, we don't have any money. Maybe we don't get any lamplight, because we need to get some of this. Oh god. You're not doing a good job, are you? You think this enough? Get your act together, boy. And kill more them sorry bastards. Here's a list for you. Kill 'em dead. Get your gold. Oh, because we don't have any light, we can't see creepy girls drawing. It's a shame. Oh god, another visitor. Oh, greetings, Doctor. Sorry for disturbing you. I was just heading to my grandma's when a storm broke loose. I'm drenched. It's getting late and the rain is still pouring. Maybe I could spend the night here?
Oh.
I mean, why not? Another one came by today. It was the worst condition, the ailment I mean. And that Nigel figure was at my door with another list. At least I won't have to worry about coin in the near future. Thankfully she came by and made my day better, much better. As I slept in her arms, I had a dream for the first time since I first came to the island. In my dream, creatures took over the island, yet it felt not a nightmare but a premonition. My love, last night was magical. I dreamt about you all night, even though I fell asleep in your arms. In my dreams, we travelled the world together. I always wanted to see new places, but never had the courage. Promise me that if you ever decide to leave the island, you'll take me with you. If such a day comes, I'll wait for you by the shore. Forever yours, Alora. And a smooch. Librarian found dead, eaten. But we killed the guy that was going to go eat her. Mysterious young woman seen around town. Oh, we shouldn't left her say. So the witch has shown up with her own medical advice. Start killing the fish people, because apparently that's her solution to everything. This of course directly contradicts the priest, who wants me to heal them to his very specific and very suspicious instructions. So now I'm stuck between a holy rock and a hard place. But let me be perfectly clear, I am not playing into either of their bizarre manipulative hands. My patients, my questionable treatments, my rules. I dreaded each knock of the door, or fear of seeing more of those terrible ailments. I hope to see less of them in the coming days, so I can gather the pieces of my shattered nerves. One thing I know is, I do not wish my oath to be tested further. I am still a healer. This refusal to not pick a side, it turns out, is the precise path to achieving one of the game's neutral endings. Sometimes the only winning move is to just say no to everybody. Doctor, I feel even worse than before. It's not just sickness now. I swear I can hear things when I'm around water. The whispers. And Doctor, they whisper your name. Please, I need you to fix me somehow. Ugh. Unfortunately, our medicine will not be able to fix the captain. We will be able to heal him a bit later, but that comes at a big moral choice. Our friend is back. Well, Doc, you won't believe what I found out. Those fish people gather up and go to the church. They even form a circle in the lower chambers and perform a weird ritual. I wonder if the priest knows about it. 'Cause he wasn't there. I'll blend in again and keep investigating. In the meantime, be careful. They don't seem all too friendly. The number of patients with aquatic ailments seems to be increasing each day, and in my mind and soul I feel a constant drench into a sinister slime of liquid abyss. And if I am sinking in the endless spiral until I hit the dark lava bottoms that are not ocean's beds any longer, but eternally and rightfully the sleepers, I must focus on a tangible matter and pressing issues in order to refrain from going mad. Thomas came by again, and I can't help him. We're so sorry, Thomas. Is that too much of a surprise? I find myself asking. I can't even help myself, wrapped in the pitch black veil, trapped in this game for two, forcing me to a crowd, a most overwhelming stare. The fisherman swears to have seen creatures with fish properties. This cannot be a coincidence. But what would they be doing in church? I feel alone in the dark, and when I reach out, I'm surrounded by emptiness. Local man found dead. Ceremony reformed. Villagers complain about weather. Swimming becomes unexpectedly popular. Because people are turning into fish. This sort of proves it. Everyone on the priest list have had fish-related symptoms. We haven't followed any of the priest's orders. Maybe we do with this one and see what happens. Well, the priest's intel was correct, and that cured her. Heal a patient instantly with mixed medicines. We couldn't even put the lamp on. Uh-oh. Tentacles. Thanks, little girl. Oh. The firelight keeps the demons away. The lurker. Ah, heed my words, for few have lived to tell the tale of the lurker. That wretched fiend of the shadows. The creature is unbeatable and impossible to kill. The victims are never seen again. It is drawn to light like a moth to a flame, but at last it cannot draw near. So now we've met the lurker, this delightful creature is unbeatable and impossible to kill. Its main hobby is being irresistibly drawn to sources of light. Basically, if you're too much in the dark, it's tentacles for dinner. Now, the mute girl thankfully gave us a candle, our only defence, but here's the catch, it's a finite resource. If we stay in the darkness too long, the lurker gets us, but if we burn the candle for too long, it runs out before the end of the day, and then the lurker also gets us. So it's a constant, frantic game of light on, light off that I confess led to my ultimate demise a couple of times figuring it out. Yes, in Do No Harm, not only can your patients die, but you can too. Often thanks to poor candle management. Ugh. As I spent the majority of this day reading the book about the lurker and learning all of the techniques behind the lurker, I put my candle down really low. So my ultimate demise is coming very, very soon. Well, at least we managed to tick off one of the endings for the game. Uh-oh, there it goes. No more light for us and tentacles for dinner? Or where the dinner for the tentacles, maybe? So, our medical journey progressed. The mail delivery got intensely personal and apocalyptic. First, we received a slightly concerning letter from our fellow scientist, Marianne. She's been unwell, but assures us that she'll be fine, even though no medicine helped her before. Then, things escalate dramatically, with a chilling missive from the priest. He doesn't hold back, calling me a treacherous fool and an insolent boy. He's furious that I stole an eclipse from them, implying I completely ruined some grand dark ceremony he had planned. He warns that I'll meet my demise soon and that my oath will protect me from his dark limbs forever. And finally we get the last piece of hate mail from the witch. She calls me her pathetic little pet and is clearly furious that my insignificant existence chose ignorant novelty, i.e. neutral, instead of playing my part to break the cycle of the sleeper Rael. She even praises the demon sultan and promises to smile upon my miserable demise. So yeah, it seems my decision to stay neutral has effectively made everyone furious, and now I'm just waiting for the other cosmic shoe to drop. Yay me. My esteemed colleague. How are you this fine evening? Me, I'm afflicted with a terrible, terrible itch. Can you believe that? I can't believe that, if I'm honest. I guess even us doctors are not impervious against most mundane of ailments here. Oh my goodness, this guy. Off you go. And that's it. Ha! What? You fool. Now I know everything there is to know about being a doctor. I'll open my own office and run you out of business. Oh, please do. Please do. There's so much stuff going on. I'll see you, sucker. Oh, you're the sucker. If you want my job. So do you remember me telling you that we needed to manage the amount of light that we're using each day and not over exceed the length of the candle? Otherwise we would end up tentacle dinner. I'm glad you did, because I certainly didn't. We are soon going to be enveloped by that very, very ending. At least we do get our very first end to the game. As the candle goes out, the creature creeps into the welcoming dark. With no light to hide me from its slither, ravenous limbs, I freeze in its inevitable hold. Well, let us start that day again and maybe make some better choices. Some better choices in the light and definitely some better choices in not treating this guy. We don't want him to learn all our medical secrets, i.e. the information that's in the book. And apparently now we're a bad doctor. Fair enough, my guy. But you don't want the headache that I'm dealing with, which is endless, endless tentacles. Ugh, I'm gonna have to do it all over again. Right. Let's try and make good decisions. Light on, light off, light on, light off, light on, light off. Let's see what he has to say. This is not fair at all. You're doing this on purpose. Isn't this against the Hippocratic Oath or something? You're establishing a monopoly by hiding your treatments. Bad, bad doctor. Fine, I'll guess I'll have to apply to medical school and do it the right way. Yes, you should. You should do that. This day is like Groundhog Day. It keeps starting over and over and over again. We keep getting taken over by the tentacles. It isn't fun at all. The candle is so limited. We're just gonna have to keep doing it until we get it right. We make it to the end of day 25, the day that seemingly would never end. We're completely in the end game now. Only a few more days until the calendar runs out. Whatever happened to poor Captain Thomas? First local to apply to medical school. At least something went right. Oh well, here's Thomas, newspaper, that's where he is. The waves, Doctor. They never stop. Have you ever thought about that? It's all I think about now. They keep rocking and rocking. The sea is never still. Isn't it maddening? And it isn't what lies beneath, even more so. They ask about you all the time, so I thought I'd come by. Oh, Thomas, there's no way that we can help you. I'm so sorry, Thomas. What you doing with that candle there, boy? You plan on surviving the dark with that? Huh. You know, I won't even give you any coin anyways. Not like you may need it, even if you survive the dark, you'll be needing a coffin soon. Inspiring words from our gravedigger pal. He knows we're gonna die. He knows we already died so many times already. Oh well, day 26 done. Dear Doc, sorry I couldn't write or come by for a while. I'm still feeling ill, perhaps worse than the previous time, to be honest. I thought it would go away on its own again, but that doesn't seem to be the case. I fear I'm running out of options, and my condition is worsening rapidly, so I will come by soon. And even though I feel that nothing sort of a miracle could help me, who knows? All the best. Oh, she's not doing too well. Oh, our favourite creepy girl is back again. What have you drawn us this time? The plot thickens and our moral compass is about to be spun wildly. The premonition mute girl is back, and she's not just showing us a cryptic drawing this time, she's presenting us with the ultimate choice. Enough medicine for only one, we have to decide whether to save the captain or our fellow scientist Marianne. So who gets to live? It's all up to us now. Well, we want to get off this island. We know that things are not going to go well. So Thomas is the clear choice for us this time. We get the achievement and we know that we have doomed Marianne to die. Thomas came by today almost a dead man walking. I did the only thing that I could and used the substance that little mute girl brought me. And somehow it worked. Thomas is better, and if I ever have the heart to leave this island, hopefully I have a way out. Streets are safe again, people thank the doctor. Local priests nowhere to be found. Eclipse is coming. Oh, she's back again. So we either join the priest or leave the island. Okay. Oh no. Oh no, how do we look her in the face? Doc, hope you received my letter. Please don't feel bad if you can't help me. I mean, I've been through this before. Still, if you got anything up your sleeve, feel free to give it a shot. I'm so sorry we used it on Thomas. Only because we wanted to leave. What does she mean it happened before? Well, we tried everything that we could. Nothing will heal her. Absolutely nothing. It's okay, Doctor. I knew this day would come. Farewell. Oh no, why can't we save them both? I like them both. Like this horrifying day was never going to end. Just the creepiest hallucination pops up. Oh my god, look at that thing. Thank god I had some Langdandum. Oh god. It's Cormac. Doctor. Never thought I'd see this day. You're the first to keep the oath and resist the witch's temptations and the lies of the imposter. We owe you an apology, but you have to understand. The cycle began ages ago. Perhaps back when the ocean first vomited this damn piece of land. The villagers abandoned all hope. They taught themselves to look the other way, generation after generation. Yet you gave them hope, hope that maybe we don't have to stand by and watch in fear. Still, it's not over. They'll both be coming after you now. You have to flee before the eclipse arrives. I left a knife on the porch. Take it with you, just in case. Run to the shore, where the boat will be waiting. Go, save yourself. You've done more than enough. Oh, right, okay. Well, yes, let's run away. We also got the option to kill the priest, though. Although my mind and soul begs me to run away and not look back for the sake of everything I've ever held dear, I cannot bring myself to lead the people of this island to their cursed fate. I must end this vicious cycle and keep the villagers from perishing for centuries more under the calling of his loathsome master. I step out of my office and the dark coldness of the looming eclipse washes over me in the silent, hostile night. I take the knife Sheriff Cormac left for me on the porch and set out to search for the priest. The streets of the village was empty, and there is not a sound to be heard except the chanting in the distance. I make my way toward it with a knife in my trembling hand and fear in my weakening heart. Before long I arrive at a large clearing. And when I step into the clearing, they are all there. Yet all the people I've been healing. The very creatures I did my best to rid the village of, along with the few villagers who seemingly have no problem with the dreadful coexistence. I walk towards the priest as he stands among them, giving them a speech in an ancient dialect that I cannot understand. When he sees me, it is too late for him. For if I hesitate, the little conviction I hold on to may flee from me. I pierce his chest deep with my quivering knife, and before his silent demise, he smiles at me in welcoming compassion. The crowd suddenly starts chanting louder, almost in celebration. Ooh. Before I can understand what is happening, they grab the priest's perishing body and put him on the stone block covered in dark red stains. Oh, so that's what they wanted. With his last breath, the priest speaks in "Rejoice. You have found the path at last, or the path has found you. No matter which, the cycle is complete once more. My prodigal kin, you will take your place as I done so for the kin before me. The cycle of the lost city shall continue until the waters swallow us beneath the dark design of his stars and awaken him. Until then, the sleeper Rael calls and we answer. And somehow with his words, with the position I occupy in the space of the precise moment, I feel my existence filled with a strange warm feeling. I fight against it, but silent stars explode into supernovas within my soul and smoother the hateful denial I try so hard to hold on to. As life leaves his eyes, the priest's smile never falters, it grows instead, leaving me in contempt of my newfound envy. I look around and realise that the creatures are on their knees chanting for me. In their cold and glassy eyes, hidden behind the collective show of twisted reverence, I can feel a threatening imposition. I have no choice, and the truth is, I do not know what I would do if I had one. I speak the words I had heard only once in my life, and yet now echoing in the dripping walls of my mind. That is not dead which can eternal lie, and with strange aeons, even death may die. My heart rips into pieces as the waters rise and powerful waves crash the shores. The creatures, now my family, howling what can only be described as a haunting symphony. I have no choice, for I can feel what awaits me if I do not comply. I will have to work my way through the cycle if I want to live another day. Tomorrow I will have to start my new job. Soon we shall have a new doctor in town. I have become the priest now. and as the priest of our community, I will make sure to guide them on their way to the Great Old One, as I am expected by watchful eyes upon me. But who knows, maybe I can guide them towards other ends. Perhaps I can, after all, make sure I do no more harm. Oh, that's the title! Oh my god. There's one ending. Now let's go back and run away. So we'll go back straight to the same day. We'll skip through his dialogue and we will choose the other option to quickly and swiftly run away, because we fell straight into that trap. I step out of my office and the cold darkness of the looming eclipse washes over me in the silent, hostile night. There's Thomas. I start running for the show as the panic boils in my chest. But before long, I hear sickly, wet slapping on cold cobblestone following in my path. When I force myself to turn and look, they are behind me, and when I turn ahead again, they are there too. Before long, they close the distance, and just as their scaled, gruesome arms are about to take me, there are footsteps approaching. It is the villagers. They stand in front of the creatures and face them in order to save me. That's good of them. I want to stay and fight alongside them, but they cry for me to leave, scream that I dare not waste their sacrifice by staying here. Oh. So I do, and I leave them. When I jump on the boat, I realise that Alora is there too, waiting for me with longing eyes. Oh, it just gets better, doesn't it? My heart fills with a warmth as she embraces me, yet I also feel a sudden sense of regret and even a desire to go back. A feeling that... Oh, but it's too late, it's definitely too late. As the villagers fight off the creatures, Thomas sets sails and we depart for the unholy shores of the island. As we sail away, the waves turn more and more aggressive, as if something from the depths of the dark waters beneath us screams for my return. But if it does, I don't hear it any longer. The calling is no more. Right, let's go back, and this time let's sacrifice Thomas and save our scientist friend instead. That is going to give us a different ending. Maybe one where we can't escape the island. So, sorry to you there, Thomas. Oh my, will it never end? An endless fall of eternal descent into the crashing waves of darkness. I accept my destiny. Oh, he's taken it much worse than she did. Sorry again, Thomas. So because we didn't use the medicine on Thomas this time, we can use it on Marianne. And we can actually heal her this time instead of her just walking off to her death. I suppose we have sent Thomas now off to his death. It's a terrible choice we've had to make. Let's see what she says. Oh, we need to sign off a card first. I always forget this. I can't believe it. I'm cured. How? What was that? I don't know. Can't silence the scientist in me. Never mind. Thanks, Doc. I owe you my life. I'll see you soon. Let's hope so, because Thomas managed to get me off the boat. Let's see if she can actually get me off of this island. Now this is Cormac, who I thought was coming to give us the choice that we saw at the end of the game, but it's just him coming and telling me off that I killed someone accidentally on my rush to get to the end of the game again. So this has led to an awkward position where he's come to see me and he's left, and now he's coming to see me again. We do, however, only get the same options that we've just watched, but this time instead of leaving with Tom, we're leaving with Marianne. So let's skip all that again and let's go straight to some different endings. First thing that we're going to try and get is for us to be eaten by a cannibal. Why not? Hi, sweetums. We're back again with our delightful cannibal. We've already seen this part in our first playthrough. Now I have gone back to day 9 and I'm hoping to make the right choices to receive the priest outcome this time. So we're going to be seeing our cannibal friend along the way, as well as some of our priest interactions to see where that storyline goes. So to get the cannibal ending, what we need to do is consistently heal him of his bad stomachache from his poor dietary choices. If we do that enough times, he will eventually get a taste for us. So we're going to keep treating him just the best that we can. The news article before this day said that the local tailor had been found dead, and here he is sporting a very fabulous new coat. So he's complaining again of the same indigestion problems, although he's telling me that he's got a new haircut, and he doesn't, it's the same. So we're going to treat him the same way that we treated him last time, with some injections of our yellow bile until he's feeling better, and sorry in advance to the person that he ultimately murders and eats. Sorry about it. So the priest has already been in the gameplay and has given us his list of patients that he wants to heal. They have already been checked off and healed in the exact way that the priest recommended to us, following his path. In our previous playthrough, when the priest came at this point, he did a bit of scolding, telling us that we weren't following his list instructions correctly. Now he is psyched. He is loving the fact that we are doing exactly the right thing. He's telling us that we're on the righteous path. We need to keep going with the priest's new list that he gives us and make sure we're treating all the patients on his list. Hey there, Cupcake. Yesterday I ate such a small meal, yet still I have the worst stomachache. Who knows, maybe it was too sweet for my taste. Funny thing is, I'm still feeling hungry. Maybe I'll swing by the library on my way home, you know, and find a good cookbook. But first, let's heal me up. The joke he's making there is that he ate a little girl. If you remember from the newspaper, there was a little girl that was missing and dead. Well, our friend the cannibal has eaten him, and we've kindly healed him up. Our next patient of interest is on the priest's lists. So we have a look at what his symptoms are. The priest tells us that he's got diarrhea, so it's some yellow bile for him. Once he's fully healed up, he'll be ticked off our list, and then we only have 3 more from the priest's second list to fulfill. And just like that, we have patient 2. This time the priest gives us a very specific dosage, or mixed dosage, to give to the patient. So this is clearly one of our fish people, and he wants us to heal it as a test. I'm not sure. But we do his exact instruction to heal up the next patient. 2 patients from his list, 2 more to go. Hello, Muffin. Got a nasty stomach ache again. I guess you can call it Reader's Digest issue. Oh, it's because he ate the librarian. His jokes are terrible. So we're just going to give him the yellow bile. We know that's what he needs to be healed up. There's his smile, fully healed. My goodness. I wonder who he's going to kill next. Hopefully it's me, so we can get the ending out of the way. Patient number 3, come on down. Again, patient number 3 has got a very specific set of instructions. Reading this list, it's really clear that the priest was the doctor to begin with. We should have really figured that out far sooner, but we didn't. Now we've got his specific instructions. Patient number 3 is fully healed. We've got 1 more before our next interaction with the priest. Our final patient. I believe in our first playthrough, this final patient was the one that we didn't heal properly. And the priest was really mad at us, telling us that she had children and she went home and she was still sick. So this time we will follow the priest's exact instructions and heal her the exact way that he wants to, with this mix of yellow bile and blood. So hopefully the next time we see the priest, we won't be berated this time. Instead we'll be rewarded, congratulated, praised. Who knows? For the Lord of all things, drink the Langdandum when the eyes are showing. I didn't see any eyes. I think it was in the patient. I didn't check to see what was inside the patient because I was just following the priest's instructions. Oh, here's our favourite cannibal. I got some great news, Pumpkin. I don't get stomach aches anymore, no matter what I eat. Oh, perfect. I guess your treatment's finally cured my indigestion, which means I won't be needing you anymore. But hey, want to hear a secret? Is it that you're a cannibal? I thought you looked delicious the moment I laid eyes on you. So why don't you come closer and let me have a bite? Here we go! The madman lunges at me with a vigorous hunger in his crazed eyes as a predator would to unknown prey. I struggle, but he is strong, and not just that, practiced too. He knocks me on the head with something heavy and I fall into monetary darkness. When I slowly come to myself and before I even open my eyes, I immediately attempt to search around for something to grab at to hit him with. Only to realise I cannot feel my limbs. Oh my god, to search for anything. When I open my eyes, he is crouched in the dark corners of my office, away from the windows, and he is gnawing on my fingers. My limbs, I recognise in terror, are gone. He has my legs and my arms at his side, stacked insanely neat, as if he's just come back from a butcher's shop. I try to move, but I can't. I try to scream for help, but he has my tongue. I struggle on the floor, my body stump, incapable of any movement. Oh my god. And he just keeps eating me. As I slip back into unconsciousness for perhaps the final time, I think about all the times I've healed him. Whoops. The watchmaker, the tailor, the little girl, and the librarian. All the times I made him better and helped him do more harm. That's the name of the thing. And as I leave the world in regretful guilt as the pain of missed limbs stretched my last moments into eternity, I hear his calling. Who's calling? Oh, the thing underneath the sea. I see. Well, job done. Getting eaten by a cannibal was less of a main quest failure and more like an unfortunate side quest / digestive experience on our path to the priest's ending, but fear not, death is merely just a loading screen here. To actually get back on track, we need to restart the day and diligently follow the priest's list of patients and heal them exactly to his specifications. Sometimes even doctors have to take the scenic and rather gruesome route. We did it. Nay, you did it. The deep is calling. My dear king, do you hear, calling us to witness the dark drops of his arrival, when the moon will bend to his will and banish the deceitful warmth of light. We shall unite and become one, you and I under the soft black fabrics of the sleeper's eternal realm, until then take this candle, and the deep shall burn bright to protect you. Well, that looks like a more useful candle than the one we used to. And it shall do so as long as you serve and protect his chosen ones. Do no harm, my dear king, to the deep ones. Do not treat them, do not hurt them, just let them be, and all shall be well. That is the will of the Great One. The priest candle gives off this blue glow, and it will last the entire day even if we don't extinguish it. The first patient in is a fish patient, and to follow the priest's instructions, we're not to treat her, we're not to harm her, we're just to sign her off and send her on her way. So my normal medical duties have taken a rather unconventional turn. For the next few days, my primary job has morphed from treating mundane ailments to actively checking patients for gills and webbed toes. If they are showing signs of turning into fish people, we need to do nothing. Our directive is not to treat them and simply leave them alone. I believe the priest wants this to happen because it allows them to fully progress in their magnificent and slightly slimy transformation to becoming full fish people. So we have to get out our diagnostic tools and check every patient to whether they're a fish person. The eclipse arrives tonight, my dear kin. We are finally there. Thanks to you, my path is filled with meaning and my sacrifice dignified. The cycle of the lost city shall be complete once more, and I shall pass the torch down to you. Find us tonight at the sacrificial ground, and become the sleeper's priest, my kin. Take my life and give it meaning. I will wait for you, and we shall unite under his dark design. The cycle shall continue until the island is swallowed beneath his dark stars. That is not dead which can eternal lie, and with strange eons even death may die. I step out of my office, and the strangely lukewarm darkness of the lunar eclipse greets me. Though I have no clue on the whereabouts of the sacrificial grounds the priest had mentioned, my feet guide me through the empty streets of the village, and I arrive at a strange clearing. And when I step into the clearing, they are all there. The very creatures I helped populate the island with, along with a few villagers who had not transmuted into physical properties yet, but had so in terms of their hearts. And somehow I realise I can now feel the cold, calm energy that percolates from the very creatures. Their vibration matches with something inside of me, something unborn. And then there is the priest. He walks with me rejoicefully, open arms embraces me as one would a brother or mother. He plants a kiss on my neck in compassion, a kiss on my forehead in wisdom, and a kiss on my mouth for unification. Then, as everyone gathers around the stone block covered in age-old washes of faded, darkly red stains, the priest speaks. With your hands to help mine, the cycle will complete once more, my dear kin. As I have done so for the kin before me, and as he did for the one before him, so the cycle of the lost city goes. The cycle shall continue until the water swallows us beneath the dark design of his stars, and awakens until the sleeper of Rael calls and we answer. He lies on the stone, and as I stood over him with a cold steel in my hands, I feel my insignificant existence finally filling with true meaning. Silent stars explode into supernovas within my soul, and I know for the first time what it means to understand this mad universe. And as I drive my blade through the chest, the priest's smile never falters. It grows instead, leaving me envious. Without realising, I speak the words I had heard only once in my life, yet they are now seared into the drenched walls of my mind. That is not dead which can eternal lie, and with strange eons even death may die. As I sink further into his flesh, the waters rise and powerful waves crash the shores. The creatures, now my family, howl in what can only be described as the ethereal, beautiful symphony. We bask in his coming, his glorious steps closing in. Soon we shall have a new doctor in town. And as the priest of our community, I will make sure to guide them in the ways of the great old one. Guide them so that they do no harm. That's the title. Oh, and that's the end. Right, I suppose we need to go back and do that day and select the other option the priest was giving us and see what happens. Probably something just as horrifying. But it is our quest to get all of the endings, and that means this one as well. I step out of my office and the cold darkness of the lunar eclipse washes over me in a silent, hostile night. I start running for the shore as panic boils in my chest. But before long I hear sickly wet slapping on cold cobblestones following in my path. When I force myself to look around behind me, and when I turn my head again, they are there too. We've heard this, I think. Their scale gruesome arms take strong hold of mine, and they drag me through the alleys, and we arrive at a large clearing, and when we step into the clearing, they are all there. The very creatures I regretfully helped populate the island with, along with a few villagers who seemingly have no problem with the dreadful ritual. And then there is the priest. He walks to me with genuine sorrow in his eyes. His pain is so immense that I suspect one could only gaze this way at their brother in the face of a terrible betrayal. He embraces me and plants a kiss on my neck. Then, as they force me to the stone block covered in dark red stains, the priest speaks. Your hand was to help mine, my kin. The cycle was to be completed once more. Yet you went and you stole the eclipse from me. You robbed me. But do not despair, my full kin. Your arrival was not entirely in vain, as you have nurtured his chosen ones, and now we shall go on without you. The cycle of the lost city shall continue until the waters swallow us beneath the dark design of his stars and awaken him. Until then, the sleeper of Rael calls and we answer. As he stands over me with his unholy silver blade in his hands, as my end approaches, I watch as what little meaning my insignificant existence once held crumbles away. I feel completely alone for the first time since I came to this island, and realise that my fate in this unholy union was the only companionship that kept me unknowingly sane. Deep within I held on to it, deep within I wanted it. Yet it is too late now, and in the endless silent dark I feel the maddening overwhelm of such a meaningless existence. As the priest drives his cold blade through my chest, I can't wait to be saved from myself. Fully aware that this is my last breath, yet without hesitation or remorse I speak the words I only heard once in my life. That is not dead which can eternal lie, and with strange eons even death may die. And right before I leave this world, as the pain in my torn chest stretches the existing moment into a pseudo-eternity, I know as I would know anything else that stands crystal clear in existence and perfectly well placed in proximity, that my decision made no difference. Things will slowly go back to normal on this little forgetful island, and they will have a new unknowing doctor in town, and the cycle of the lost city shall continue without me. Right, let's keep this train rolling. We're going to go for the ending where we lose all our money, which is easy to do, but we have to start at the beginning again. Simple, we're going to waste all our medicine and we're going to spend all our money on the absolute wrong things. My quick fix for getting all our money gone is to use the wrong medicine to get people sicker and then heal them up again, and then not buy any medicine at the end of the day, but instead fill up on our Langdandum and use it sporadically. Now I'm at the point where I've lost all my medicine. I don't have anything left. All I've got is the vials that you throw at people. So my next few patients is just me chucking vials in their faces until all that is gone. Don't be deterred when the patients are telling you that you're doing something wrong when you are doing everything right to lose all your money. Cormac will eventually come see us and tell us that due to lack of funding, we can't stay on the island any longer and we have to leave. As the guards drag me across the rugged cold floor of the jailhouse, I can't help but hate them. I did my best and it simply was not enough for this treacherous, greedy lot. Nevertheless, I can't stop thinking about how these people of this island, they have the strangest, most startling of ailments I have never laid eyes on. I wonder what's causing this peculiar condition of symptoms and how one could treat them. Alas, I'll never know. Deep down, a nagging feeling persists that the obscure nature of this island is still hidden from me, and there is much more than what simply meets the eye, hence behind the bars is perhaps the safest option for me. I shall sit in the silence of my cell and think about what more I could have done. That was an easy one to tick off, and now we're going to go for the witch ending, which is the opposite to the priest, where we're going to have to kill the fish people. So all we need to do is not follow the priest's instructions, heal up the fish people until the witch tells us that she wants us to actually kill the people who are fish. So once the witch gives you that instruction, all you need to do is, whenever you see a fish person, is to give them the wrong dosages for their illness until they eventually die. It goes a little bit like this, and fish people, when they die, They make a completely different noise. You made it, my love. It's me, Agnes. Look at me, I'm blessed with the eternal grace of the blind god. No spells or illusions this time, this is me forever. The villagers are dreaming again, and soon we shall live in his eternal dream once more. Breed me tonight under the eclipse of the sleeper Rael. Let us make his moon our witness and break the curse cycle forever. Seed of the worthy. Oh God. Sown astray shall break the cycle. There is only one person who stood by me throughout the entire madness of this cursed island. And while her ways are hard to understand for a man of science, perhaps that is the only way to fend off the unholy elements that plague this town and save its people. If I am to be stuck between cosmic forces I cannot even begin to comprehend, I will at least choose to do so on my own terms, and I will side with the one who had no ill intention on my fate, and the one who had not stricken the innocent with the loathsome illness. I step out of my office, and the smothering darkness of the lunar eclipse stalks me in the silent, barren night. Though I have no clue on the whereabouts of the sacrificial grounds that Agnes had mentioned, my feet guide me through the empty streets of the village, and I arrive at a large clearing before long. And when I step into the clearing, they are all there. The villagers with dreaming eyes and slouching, slumbering bodies, just standing there in the circle, blissfully asleep, yet obviously astute. And then there is Alora, as I first came to know her shape and form. Agnes, as I first came to know her essence. They are now one, and she walks with me with the radiant grace of the morning sun. She loves me, I feel it with every fibre of my being, and I, her. We love each other for hours under the rotten eclipse of the prisoner of Rael, and when we are finally done, drenched in sweat and not his waters, his curse calling is no more. In the morning I realise the nature of the deal I've made. Agnes, still Alora in appearance, with child, almost ready to give birth. And me, I've been robbed of life. I feel my veins shrunk, my heart weak, and my bones frail. My parchment skin is coarse to touch, yet my tears stream neatly into the deep crevices on my face, never to find their way back out again. Agnes is happy for me. She says I was blessed with the highest honour a mere mortal could ever fathom. I realise I will die at a very young age. The cause of death will be old age, yet I find some fleeting comfort in the fact that I will not have to witness the abomination my seed brings into this world. And as I lie on my deathbed, throughout all the memories my unexpectedly short life allowed me to collect, the only thing I find myself vividly reminiscent is his calling. Oh God, Agnes did us dirty. Let's go back and pick the other option. Rather than staying with her, let's see what happens when we instead run away and not take her invitation. I know there was something more than what meets the eye with Agnes, that old lady. But I always felt a certain kinship to her, sharing the same fate as two outsiders on the island, dealing with the dark madness of these visions. She saved me, but I cannot bring myself to accept the twisted intrigue and sinister charades that she's putting on to abuse my good intentions. The insane nature of what can only be called betrayal makes me sick to my stomach to think about the things I felt for Alora. For her, I have to get out of here and go somewhere far away so her twisted hands can no longer reach my crippled soul. But when I open the door, she's already standing there with a smile. Her face a perverted amalgamation of agony and pleasure. A constant series of spasmodic connections that wrap back and forth between youthful, innocent features and the elderly, demented qualities. Her eyes alone are enough to drive any beholder off the endless cliffs of utter madness. As I back away into my office in desperate terror, she starts chanting words that steep directly into the essence of my psyche, with each unholy syllable Before long, I am void of any true sense of self. It is clear to me somehow that I was never a thing, I am nothing, and I will never be anything. Her chanting lulls me into a restless sleep, where the vortex of my fleeting existence takes a new meaning with every passing microsecond. Soon I find myself in an endless cycle of feathered light sleep, full of dreams that defy my already non-existence, and all the while, as ages pass on the island in the form of mere seconds in my new reality, I hear her laughing. And with time, I even understand just how it is all indeed very funny. I understand everything and nothing at the same time, forever. Alright, so the drowning ending. This grim fate awaits you if you've diligently been pursuing the neutral track like I have. The key misstep here is not to use a single dose of medicine the mute girl gives us on either the sea captain or our fellow scientist. If that precious dose goes unused when the grand finale arrives, there is no escape by boat. The island, and presumably our good doctor along with it, simply go down, down, down into the depths. Thomas is too poorly to steer the ship. I step out of my office and the cold darkness of the looming eclipse washes over me in the silent hostile night. I start running for the shore as panic boils in my chest. But before long I hear a sickly wet slappings of cold cobblestones following in my path. When I force myself to turn and look, ooh, who's going to be behind us? We already know. Before long they close the distance, and just as they scale gruesome arms take strong hold of me, there are footsteps approaching. It was the villagers. They stand in front of the creatures and face them in order to save me. I want to stay and fight alongside them, but the cry for them to leave scream that I dare not waste their sacrifice by staying here. So I do, and I leave them. When I jump onto the boat, I realise that Alora is there too, waiting for me with longing eyes. It's not so nice anymore. My heart fills with the warmth and embraces me, yet I feel a sudden sense of regret and even a desire to go back. But it is too late. As we sail away, the waves turn more and more aggressive, as if something from the depths of the dark water beneath us screams for my return. But if it does, I don't hate it any longer. The calling is no more. We spend the night inside the cabin as Thomas, our trusted captain, wades through the waves. When we wake up, the waves no longer beat the sides of the worn-out boat, yet there is something peculiar in our course. The waters are running in a single line of stream, and we are surrounded by land on both sides. And when I look into the front deck, I realise we are approaching the cliffs. We turn to check on Thomas. I see some crazed expression in his face, as I had seen during his last couple of visits to my office. I grab him by the collars and shake him with all my power. I slap his face in the hopes of restoring his senses back to him, but to no avail. As we approach our demise, I turn to see Alora. She is staring at me with a twisted smile, and when I open my mouth to speak, she laughs, a laughter so chilling that I cannot find the words to protest. As the boat tips over the edge of the waterfall, and as my feet leave the deck with no gravity to hold me steady no more, throughout all the memories my unexpectedly short life allows me to collect, the only thing I find myself vividly reminiscing as I fall is his calling. Alright then, let's dive into some less than ideal fates awaiting our good doctor all at once. First up, the delectable burn at the stake ending. To achieve this fiery finale, you need utterly tank your reputation with the villagers. You might think just killing a bunch of patients would do it, but funnily enough that leads to a different ending. Instead you need a nuanced approach. Kill some patients, but then for others just treat them bad enough that they're practically dead when you sign them off. That's the secret sauce for the communal combustion. Now, as I say, I'm trying to get all these endings at once and then jump back in time, fulfilling different requirements. So you will see me here completely ignoring any hallucinations that I'm having and letting myself go slowly insane to reduce the sanity as well as the reputation for the burn at the stake ending. That does lead to some uncomfortable playing, which we're going to see far more of for our going mad ending, where the world shifts in these different hues of pinks and greens, and as you may notice, we can't understand anything this guy is saying, so we're just giving it the good old try to try and cure him of whatever is ailing him. And by the end of day 3, our reputation has actually hit the ground, as well as our sanity reducing down. Lose all reputation? Check. These people, these madmen, this vile mob, with bloodthirst in their voice and violence in their eyes, the very same eyes that looked upon me for mercy and care just yesterday. They have turned on me because they are scared. Not of science though, not simply of what they don't understand. No, their fate is rooted in something far more visceral, something hardly natural. Feels like the whole damn island is a sacrificial ground, and I'm just the most recent discard. My God help their wretched souls, for I cannot. But all those notions melt away like candles once the heat of the flames reach me. Soon after, all that is left is pain and denial and screams that I can't even feel leaving my throat for the suffocation of the smoke. And before long the eternal darkness swallows me. But right before I leave the world, as the pain stretches for my moments into eternity, I hear it coming from the depths. I hear his calling. Okay, so now that we've reached our more crispy ending to the story, let's go and get ourselves arrested instead. We return back to a telling off from Cormac, who tells us if we kill again that we are going to be in big trouble. So this one requires you to actively do harm to patients, but be warned, it is not a free-for-all killing spree. If you off too many at once, your reputation will plummet too fast and you'll end up crispier than you intended. No, for the proper arrest you need a more measured approach to mayhem. Eventually the police will come knocking and you'll trade your clinic for a jail cell. Doctor, I warned you. Your actions have cost lives. You're coming with me and I'm putting you in jail. As the guards drag me across the rugged cold floor of the jailhouse, I couldn't help but think maybe they are right. Maybe I am the problem. After all, many have died in my care since I stepped foot on this forsaken island. Nevertheless, I can't stop thinking about how the people of this island, they have the strangest, most startling of ailments I've ever laid eyes on. I wondered what's causing such peculiar conditions of symptoms, and how to treat them, but I never will. Deep down, a nagging feeling persists that the obscure nature of this island is still hidden from me, and there is much more than what simply meets the eye. Hence, behind the bars is perhaps the safest option, both for their sake and mine. I shall sit in the silence of my cell and think about all the harm I have done. That's the name of the game. And finally, my personal favourite for discomfort, the going mad ending. Playing this game has made me feel like I've gone mad a little bit. I'm trying to do it in the dark, thinking that'll help us. It doesn't. It doesn't help us at all. This is achieved by simply not drinking your Langdandum medicine and letting those lovely anomalies just remain. It's a truly unsettling experience, trust me. You get a vivid stomach churning green and pink vision, you lose the ability to understand what anyone's saying, and to top it off, your medicine starts getting covered in slug-like, well, poos. They look like poos. and you still have to keep trying to treat patients just to avoid lowering your reputation or accidentally killing somebody, which will lead you down the paths that we've already gone down. Truly peak medicine malpractice meets cosmic horror. You do have to deal with the totem telling you off every time you miss something. Does he not understand that's the point? Now you tell me, they look like slugs, they have eyeballs, do they also look like poo? I feel like they look like poo. I won't let you bask in the glory of this green and pink hue for very much longer. We are closing in on our ending, but this is what you'll have to deal with if you are going for this ending yourself. Even the noise is maddening, and it never ends. It just continues day after day until you finally lose your mind. The dark pastures of his endless sea opens up to me at last. From the velvet skies, bright eyes gaze upon thick, vicious waves, guiding me towards true pleasure. I come here to heal them, but found my own cure instead. A way out of the masquerade existence, the tireless, scentless, two-dimensional mockery. I am awarded the path beyond is my reward. And I shall dare walk, but not before I renounce this false reality. Yes. So I take my trusted pliers, and I shall not see it no more. I shall take my well-honed scalpel, and I shall not hear it no more. No more of this graceless facade. No more. After hearing that song over and over and those visions over and over again, I get it, my guy. Okay, so there are technically two endings that we haven't got, which is to do with Alora. In all of my playthroughs, I allowed her to stay the night. If you don't allow her to stay the night, you are open up to two different endings, which is just her not on the ship when you escape and her not on the ship when you drowned. So can we just pretend that that happened? Can we just imagine a world where that happened so that I don't have to replay the game two individual more times? That's what the ending would look like. She wouldn't be there. Okay? Okay. I think it's okay. Okay? Okay. Alright, before we wrap up this medical madness, there is one achievement that I want to highlight. It's a true testament to our Hippocratic commitment. It's about curing someone who is the level 3 fish person transformation. You can see our lady here, she has got a greyed out heart that's not working as a human heart should. This is incredibly difficult to do because it demands precise concoction, specifically required at least 3 medicines for any positive effect. For me, pulling this off was the last defiant act, my final proof to both the priest and the witch that despite their cosmic meddling, I genuinely strive to do no harm. And just like that, folks, we've made it. We've plumbed to the depths of madness, cured or utterly failed countless patients, and witnessed every single one of Do Not Harm's utterly wild endings. So what was your favourite ending, or more appropriately, what was the most diabolical? For me, it's still hard to get out of my mind, literally watching your limbs be eaten. This video has truly driven me insane, and I'm off to go drink down some Langdandum now and hopefully forget this whole gloriously gruesome mess. If you want more content that makes you question reality, hit that subscribe button, and thank you all so much for watching.